Hey there, it's Michaela and welcome to my channel. This is my very first video. So if you click on this video, that means that you have questions or concerns about finding a job after college. And just to give you guys a quick background about me, I've been out of college for about a year now. Next month would be a year, and I have been working full-time since January. I received my full-time offer for employment about a month into my last semester of my senior year. The first tip that I would recommend to anyone who is in college and they are looking for full-time employment is to make sure that your resume is updated. Updated for grammar checks, updated for keywords that fit the job description that you're applying for, and updated in terms of style. So, one, grammatical checks. When we write our own resume, sometimes we work so hard on it that we skip over things, grammatical errors, sayings, phrases that really just would not make sense to someone else. So I highly recommend that if you have written your resume and no one has peer reviewed it, not your friends, not your teacher, not a resume professional who is really good at writing resumes, make sure that you give it to someone else to review. When recruiters or employers are actually looking at your resume, they do not want to see any grammatical errors. So you want to make sure that you stand a fighting chance by minimizing the amount of errors, grammatical errors in your resume. The second tip that I recommend is to make sure that your resume is updated with key job descriptions and key bullet points that have the words that are posted in the job description infused within your resume. If you are applying to become, let's say, a makeup artist and your resume just consists of job descriptions and bullet points that basically outline work that you did when you worked at an ice cream shop when you were 16, definitely make sure that if that is your most recent job and if you feel like that is the most relevant position for you to put in your resume, make sure that you include skills that will be applicable to the role that you're applying. Instead of rank up ice cream orders at the ice cream shop, say I curated beautifully designed ice cream designs with my creative design skills. Now that is a skill that is applicable to the makeup field because creativity is such a big thing. So make sure that you are definitely paying attention to those descriptions and really tailoring the resume to fit the job that you're applying for. And my last piece that I think is sometimes looked over by people, especially in technical fields or people who really do not like editing resumes, making sure that you have some sort of style components to your resume. Those old black and white resumes with like the simple bullet list with no type of stylistic elements are just not in anymore. You can go on places such as Pinterest and find so many different resume examples and Canva that has so many resume templates that literally all you have to do is click the resume template and literally insert all your information in verbatim. Now, of course, you don't want to necessarily steal the design exactly, but you can. There's no rule against it. Make sure you're actually ensuring that your resume looks decent. Now, if your resume is just plain black and white, bold your last name, italicize some things, make something stand out. Now, that's not to say that if you are working in a more technical field that you should be using colors like pink and orange and blue. Definitely stay within your lane. The recruiter or the employer is not really looking for, flowery designs and stuff like that. But just make sure that your resume has some type of stylistic elements to it that make it more aesthetically pleasing to look at. My second big tip is to create a website. So this is for my people in college and people outside of college. Have a website. A website just makes you seem more official than you really are a lot of the times. I created my website at the beginning of this quarantine, and now I wouldn't say it's finished, but it definitely has gotten to a point where if someone would have asked me for a website, I'll be comfortable sharing it with them. Of course, with any website, you're constantly adding stuff to it, but your website is important because it will highlight the projects and the work that you have done throughout the years. A resume can only encapsulate so much information that you've done. So a website, especially if you include a link at the top, not a link, but if you include the name of your website at the top of your resume, that takes your resume and your brand game to a whole different level. Now you're including an actual portfolio that employers and recruiters can literally go through and look at step by step by step your projects and see the kind of work that you do, your thought process, the final result of that thought process. So you want to make sure that you get a website, create it on a platform such as GitHub or WordPress, or another big popular one to create websites is Wix. There's several website building platforms where you don't have to actually develop it yourself, and you can create a website within a matter of 15 minutes. Buy a domain and then it's yours. EmilyThompson.com will be a website. So make sure that you do that as well, because employers want to know that you've taken that next step to really documenting the work that you do and showcasing how you can be of value to someone who's interested in that similar work. My third tip is to make sure that you're networking. You can network in college. College is the best time to network. Utilizing different people from different majors and being able to communicate with people coming to speak at college campuses, that is a big plus, and that is an opportunity to network. So definitely utilize that if you're still in college. But I think one big platform that people should be using if you're not is LinkedIn. LinkedIn, I feel, is a really great platform for individuals. That is the place where you can find people who are in your similar field, connect with them, message them, endorse them, and just build a relationship with them. And these are all places that you can network virtually. If you guys know any other networking spaces that I might not be aware of, definitely drop it down below in the comments, because I would like to hear about them. I know there's some other ones and I'll probably make a video about that later, but just make sure that you're using your LinkedIn network. Make sure you have a very appropriate, approachable, friendly looking picture. You want to have a nice clear headshot. A professional photo would be nice, but it doesn't have to be professional photos. Endorsements are super important on LinkedIn because it shows that people within your network think that you are highly skilled at your job. Recruiters, they look at your skills, and if you have a lot of endorsements, that pushes you at the top. Recruiters will pick in order to be people that they reach out to for full-time employment. So make sure that you're getting those endorsements. My fourth and final tip is going to be to make sure that you are applying to jobs. In college, it can be really stressful. You don't feel like doing this, you don't feel like doing that. You got exams, you got assignments, you got this, you got that. I don't care. Make sure you're applying. Apply. If you have one solid resume and you don't feel like creating multiple resumes, I say just create two resumes. That you feel confident in, that relate to fields that you are wanting. Of course, you can create more. You can create like just one if you want to, but I think having multiple really just diversifies that experience in terms of applying for different roles. It makes a big difference. So make sure that you are applying. I know that I did not want to be applying like a madman for jobs my last semester of college, because that was going to be a very stressful semester for me. So I made sure, I got an internship the summer before, and through that internship, I got my full-time employment offer. So you want to make sure that you are really planning out, the best times to apply. If you know that you're going to have a busy semester next semester, your last semester, then apply early. Go to the career fair. Right now we're in quarantine, so you can't, but even me, I would go on LinkedIn for the company that I'm interested in. Go on LinkedIn, go to their LinkedIn profile, because most companies do, and follow their recruiter information. They are literally telling you what to do, like when the applications are going to be released. You can even go on the company website, but reach out to the recruiters directly so that they can associate a face with the name. And that just makes you stand out from all those other thousands of applicants who are literally just applying, sending in their resume online. Especially if you do not have like the most highest GPA, you don't have the most experience. Really trying to make more personal connections is super important. And I think that goes back to my LinkedIn tip. Networking is important, and if you don't have a strong network, a solid network, it's going to really be challenging to find that employment right after college. It just means that you have to know how to, communicate with people and express to them your value, and express to them how you can add value to them. You can potentially work with them or work in a field that they work in. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. These are very quick, very general tips. If you guys would like some more content like this, please let me know. I'm going to have more videos, especially in terms of networking, how to create your own website, some technical things. If you guys don't know, I have an IT background. And so I have a lot of skills and a lot of knowledge that I think now I just want to start exploring into the world, and I just want to start connecting with other people. So if you guys really want something or want to learn about something and you guys would like me to research it and talk about it on here, I would definitely be willing to do that. Just let me know. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you in the next video.